Okay, so when we're creating the final design profile for our overlay, and trying to remove dips in the profile that were created on the first pass profile, um, and also trying to minimize areas where the water might be ponding on the road, it's useful to look at the profile of the road here in tandem with the crossfall and super elevation. So obviously the profile here, is only telling the story along the center line of the road. So while we may have a dip in the road here, there may be adequate drainage provided by the crossfall of the road. We don't know really. So I suppose what I'm going to show here is how you can view the crossfall of the road here beside easily and quickly beside the profile information as well. Okay, so you do that using a super elevation view. So click on your alignment and plan. Under super elevation, choose create super elevation view. Okay, I'm going to accept the defaults here for the most part. I'm going to change the colors of parts of the graph that it's going to create here. I'm going to create kind of a purpley, let me see, purple for left and red for right. Okay, and then I'm going to place this graph or this view directly above my my profile. So on this graph then, on the y-axis it's shown the crossfall of the road in percentage slope. On the x-axis it's shown chainage or distance along the road. Okay, and then the blue line there is just at 0% crossfall, and the red line here is the right road edge crossfall information, a graph of the right road edge crossfall. Now the left road line, the purple line, is underneath that red one, and they're both at -3. So at the start of our alignment we're normal crossfall, which is -3%. Okay, so as we drive along the road, we're still in -3 the whole way along up until we come to the first bend, and at this point then it ends normal crossfall, so that E and C is end normal crossfall. The right lane as we go around the bend is starting to be to go into super elevation. Okay, the left lane there stays at -3%. So at this point the right lane slope is 0%, so level crossfall, and it continues on up. The right right road lane crossfall continues right on up to -7%, I think. Okay, the left edge here is sloping from -3% down to -7% here. Okay, so that's showing super elevation information. Okay, so that's basically showing a graph of the road crossfall and super elevation information. Now, because I've positioned it directly above the profile, at this chainage, then if we just draw a line up here, we can see exactly where that section of the road lies and what the crossfall and slope is like at that chainage. Okay, now if I just look at my drawing here, split it into 2, maybe 3 viewports. Okay, just give this a second. So we'll just look at the sections for this. Let me see, 280. Yeah, that's 280. Section 280 there. Okay, and just zoom to the same location and plan, which is around about there. Okay, so if I want to start playing around with the crossfall of the road, the super elevation data on any of these bends, just to make sure, as in this case, say for example, to be sure they're not getting any ponding, that that the water, while it might have a dip in the road there on the centerline profile, that the water is actually being thrown off the surface, that there is adequate crossfall on the road. Now there probably is in this case, there's plenty of a crossfall there, but we'll just show how to edit it here as an example. So let's just say I want to edit the crossfall, the super elevation information for that section of road. A handy place to do it is here on this on the graph view. So when you click on the super elevation graph view, you get a series of grips. Okay, and these diamond shaped grips will allow you to change the crossfall. The diamond shaped grips on the actual left and right lane graph lines, so the red and purple lines in my case, they will allow you to change the slope. Okay, so you'll see there when I click on one of those grips and go to move it, if I want to change this, the crossfall there to say 7%, you'll watch the section will update here. Okay, so it'll be somewhere between 3 and 7 once it's updated. Okay, just make sure that rebuilds. We should see the change reflecting here. Okay, so there we get the right lane is updated. Okay, so you can also then adjust the lengths of the transitions and or the length, I suppose the length of the super elevation information, or the length over which it's applied. Sorry, by dragging these grips on the top. Okay, so if I change this grip so I've got a shorter transition. Okay, you'll see this value then updating again as well. Okay, so it's using that super elevation graph view is a handy way to sort of visually edit the super elevation information and just ensure that we're getting adequate runoff on the road.